The northern half of Belgium is known as Flanders. In the east, near the Dutch border, lies a vast landscape of woodlands and pine forests, with diverse wildlife and meadows covered in heather. One would be hard-pressed to find a better setting for the country's first national park. What is more unlikely is the place where the idea for it was hatched.
The first idea of the national park, Hoge Kempen National Park, started in 1997. Where me and a couple of friends, I was Johan, Lambert, Peter, Willy, we were sitting in a pub like a lot of Belgians do, drinking beers. And then we said to each other, nature areas needed urgently to be protected, so let's make a national park.
Ignaz Skops, a professional naturalist, and his organization Regionaal Landschap Kempen en Maasland, or RLKM, began their plan by building a bicycling network through the surrounding countryside. Tracts of unused and untouched land had been left over after the once prolific coal mining industry died out in the late 1980s.
Every year nowadays, more than 800,000 cyclists come over this region, and there is a big economic benefit.
By tenaciously lobbying the Flemish government and being a liaison with politicians, area businesses, and local communities, Ignaz and RLKM convinced authorities to give them the job of overseeing Belgium's first and only national park.
They also say we give a lot of money with it, 28 million euros, but there is a condition. You have to find the match funding and you have to double it. Together with my partners, we nearly tripled the money.
Raising up to 90 million euros enabled them to open Hoge Kempen National Park in 2006. The park is built around a series of gateways throughout the surrounding communities that tie together an otherwise spread out and disjointed patchwork of land.
We established 5 local gateways, so we have a station where you can take the train into the national park and have a nice hike. You have a place where you can hike immediately after parking your car. Then you have Pietersheim with a royal history. In one of the local gateways, we have a barefoot trail. There is a real connection. You feel, oh, that's cold, oh, that's warm, oh, that's wet. Just last year, over 40,000 people came out to walk on barefoot at that area.
The concept for development of Hoge Kempen is a unique model. Instead of from the top down, the park was developed from the bottom up, with individuals and communities taking the lead.
We are in one of the most densely populated parts of Europe and maybe the entire world. And here we see where a national park was created with the local population, and the local population seeing the national park as the asset from which they can even derive an income.
Hoge Kempen has benefited in large part from Ignaz's unique negotiating skills with local industries and mining operations.
We're standing here at the Sibelco quarry as a sand extraction company. They are located into the national park now, but we made some agreements that they will relocate to another place. So in a few years, this will be a very nice nature area.
I think his most important quality, aside of his knowledge on biology, he knows very well how to handle the people, how to handle nature, how to combine efforts. He's so kind, but he is, in fact, very fixed on his aims to go on with conservation.
The World Conservation Union is now considering Ignaz's model for park development throughout Europe and the entire world. Meanwhile, he looks forward to refining his work in protecting biodiversity for the next generation.
Nature is under pressure, not only in Flanders, not only in Belgium, but in Europe, in the whole of the world. And we think that we can give an example where nature has connection with people. We think there is a big family out there in the world that wants to do something for the next generations. Because I hope also for my daughter and her children that she can live in a very sustainable world.